Today I'm taking a look at the Macson jump starter with air compressor. So here's the unit. This is a little bit larger than I'm used to with these little jump starters and compressors. It's still small enough that I can easily store it. But with it being a little bit larger, it's a little bit more reassuring because it means it usually has more meat and potatoes inside it. We got some nice large buttons here on the front. On the top, we got a port for our jump starter and one for charging USB-C and two USB-A ports. We got a port for our air, and on the right side, we got a nice large LED. So if you want more light than what this can provide, you can use that guy. So we got our intake on this side and on the back. It says this is a 29.6 watt-hour battery, starting current of 750 amps and a peak current of 1500 amps, and it can go up to 150 psi. We got our instructions. Okay, so this is nice. We actually got some fairly large alligator clips. I also like seeing they've got nice jagged teeth on there so we can get a good grab on that battery, even if it has some corrosion on it. Some bigger handles also just make it easier to pull that thing open, so if you don't have a lot of hand strength, then that's going to be a problem. The connector does have status lights on it, so we know if the thing is ready, and we got a fault light on there. These do have different shapes on them, so you don't have to worry about plugging this in incorrectly. It can only go in one way. Okay, and it does come with a 76% charge, and it says it's ready. Let's make a fault condition. We will connect the positive to the negative, and we can see we got a fault. That's good. That's important because what that means is that if you give this to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing and they accidentally connect this thing wrong, you're not going to have to worry about that damaging your car. We also have our air line, and this is a nice braided hose on here. So that's great. That means that this is reinforced. You got a threaded connector with an O-ring, so that is going to connect to the compressor side. The O-ring is going to help to make a seal so you don't have to worry about it leaking. Actually, we have a fairly long hose on here as well. I'm used to these things being about half this length. And we have a locking connector for our valve. We got our charging cable, so this is USB-A to USB-C. And we got a couple extra nozzles, so if you need to fill up a basketball, we can use this to make that happen. I actually like that little effect right there. We got that ring of lights on there so we know the thing's on. Of course, we got the display on there to let us know also. So on the left, you got a button for the light. So that turns on our front light. Second time gives a SOS, so if you need to put this down and make sure that other people know that you're there, we got that. We just got simple flashing. Now we got both lights. Really like that nice diffuse light on there. Then we got just the diffuse light. Then we got flashing red, so if you really need to get attention. And then the light's off. So let's go to compressor. We're going to hit the M. We are currently in PSI. It is set for a car at 36 PSI. Got a bike at 33 psi, bicycle at 30, basketball at 8. Then we got manual set, it looks like 116. Interesting. If we hold M, we can change that to kPa, kilograms per square centimeter, and bar, and back to psi. I usually like using psi, so I'll leave it right there. Then we can adjust the pressure however the heck we want it. So I'm going to put this on car, and I want that at 35 psi. Then if we hit power, that starts the compressor. That's nice. So that's actually not very loud. Like, it feels powerful, like it feels like a bigger pump than what you normally get out of portable compressors, but it's also still fairly quiet. Now, because this is a portable battery, I want to check, and I want to use the cord that came with it, and I want to see if I need a charge, if that's going to work. Oh, okay. There we go. So I do need to turn that on, but we are currently charging. So not only do we get a jump starter and a compressor, we also get a portable battery for charging our devices. I am curious, when I turn this on, is it going to reset to 36 or is it going to maintain my 35 psi that I set it at? And the answer is it did go back to 36. You will have to set that each time. But we're at 30 psi. I want to set that to 35. Okay, and it does stop on its own, so that means I don't have to babysit it. I can just set this to 35 psi, turn it on, and then let it finish. So that is handy. That filled up very quick. Now, I'm used to these portable compressors taking much longer than that to fill up a car tire, especially from 30 to 35, because it's going to take the most air to make that. And what if you're going to go from like 25 to 30? So this is now at 61%. So I'm going to try to fill up the other 4 tires and see what percentage that's at then. All right, so we are now at 47%, and I will take it. Dealing with a lot of smaller compressors, that would take a much longer time. Like, I would still be filling probably even the first or second tire. This did all 4 tires. With that combined with the battery as well as the jump starter, that makes this a very nice tool and definitely something worth having in your car.